Okay, so good morning, welcome back to Upload TV. We took a trip out to Cheshire this morning and we're at Wilmslow Golf Club. About 15-20 minutes from the slip road on the M56, which is a main motorway network nearby. Got a great September day, sun is shining, a little bit of breeze out there, and I've seen some of the reviews on Upload over the last couple of months, and all good things. We played it perhaps 18 months ago in the winter months. Trees were a little bit bare on those days, and this is a parkland course, so I assume and we're hoping that it's going to be in full bloom today. And from the backdrop behind me and what we've seen so far, we'll look as though we're in for an enjoyable day. So let's go and play some golf. Okay, so a quick stop off at the third, and we're in one of the greenside bunkers. The third at Wilmslow's a par 5, and what looks fairly straightforward from the tee. It doesn't always pan out that way, as we all know. One of the features on the course that we've noticed so far, a lot of humps and bumps and hollers and contours all feed in to the bunkers and all around the green really. If you miss the greens, the likelihood is your ball will be fed away from the hole, leave it difficult up and down. This time we've managed to come into one of the bunkers first of the day, and as you can see, hopefully from camera, very well maintained. Sand looks inviting, and we'll see if we can. Interestingly enough, on this hole, by the way, you see two flags in the background, and that is because this is a shared green, so a big green area. This is the third, and I believe that's the sixth just in the background, which is a par 3, which we'll take a look at a bit later on. So not the I said it was inviting to play, but we've got a down slope as soon as the ball comes out the bunker. That one's gone too far. Well, we're certainly going to be putting, but a long way from the hole. But yeah, bunkers, key feature on the course so far, and we'll see how it pans out throughout the rest of the course. Right, so a quick stop on the fourth fairway. It's the fourth is stroke index 5, and it's 390 yards from the yellow tees. Very much a hole that from the tee box you want to be left of centre as far as the tee shot, because you've got a bunker slightly behind you there, which you won't see on camera, and this one to my right. First bunker is 170 from the green, and I would imagine I'm stood at 150, so again about 120 out. So it's important, first of all, tee shot left side of the fairway. If you manage that and get a decent position, we're stood at 150 out into the green, but if you take a look behind me, you'll see there's some severe cambers and slopes to the left of the green and the flag. I've played this hole before, and I seem to remember last time I was a little bit too far left, and everything kicks you down to that left hand side, leaving an awkward chip. So today, hopefully I'm going to be aiming right at that flag, going for the safe option, but anything the wrong side, anything left side, and as I say, you'll be no doubt kicking back down the hill. So we've got 150 to go. And it was not a great shot at all. I'm towards those right bunkers, got away with it, thinned it a little bit, and we'll have to take that, I'm afraid. But great hole, and you can easily see why this is stroke index 5. Okay, so we're on the fourth green. We spoke a few minutes earlier about making sure that you don't go left on your approach shot, but equally, if you don't hit the green here on the fourth, there's a lot of trouble that awaits you literally all the way around the green. Some great contours, some great swells and hollers. You've got the front bunker right, which you'll need to avoid. But then even if you do that, you can see where my ball's come to rest, which is leaving me with a chip which is 2 or 3 foot of height required, and then the ball releases down to the flag, all downhill. So an awkward little chip shot to get back up and down and to make your par from this side. That one's going to run all the way down to the flag, or at least we hope it does. And then if you take a look back down to the other side of the green, we've placed another ball for you to take a look at. What I like about this green is you miss it left, right, long, whatever, it offers you a variety of shots that you're going to be asked to play. So we've got a delicate little chip shot there. This one now we've got sort of 20-30 yards left to go to the flag, so it's either putter or perhaps I've took a 7-iron. And again, left of the hole, and hopefully that one will swing round. Perhaps not give that one just quite enough. And then again, just to my right again, and you can see how far I sort of climbed down here. It's another drop of sort of 4, 5, 6 foot, and you'll be left with another delicate little chip shot that'll be required to get you back up the green. And again, no easy up and down, so right, centre, left of centre, probably the best one we've hit so far. It's no easy up and down whatsoever, so the important thing is get the club selection right and make sure you land on the green, because that's the only way you're guaranteed of getting yourself what is hopefully an easy 2-putt and perhaps a chance at birdie. Quick stop off on the fifth fairway. and thought it's a great visual of what sort of demonstrates what Wilmslow Golf Club is all about. Some great definition on the fairways, first cut, second cut, and then the rough, which hasn't been too bad, to be fair. There's most fairways are tree lined, and if you do manage to stray, then it's a case of getting a good mark on your ball, and in theory you should find it because it's not too heavy. But if you take a look behind me, you've got bunker centre, left and right, and a fairly small target. And as I said, so far only 5th hole, but this sort of indicates what Wilmslow Golf Club is all about: finding small targets, greens in very, very good condition, and try and avoid those bunkers if you can. Right, so next up is stroke index 1. It's the 8th hole at Wilmslow, and if you take a glance behind me, hopefully you can see the first question that's being asked is to get that tee shot certainly going down the middle, and maybe sort of a draw would be best suited here. It sort of suggests, the fairway suggests, and the tree line suggests that it's going to make its way slightly to the left. It's 420 yards off the yellow tee, so reasonable in length, but I would imagine, if you can see, a lot of the tee shots that you're asked to play here at Wilmslow Golf Club are reasonably tight and miss the fairways, and the chances are you'll be in those trees. So yeah, easy to see at this point why it's perhaps stroke 1, and we'll see a little bit further down the hole as to what other questions the hole has to ask. A really nice hole here on the 9th. Just finished stroke index 1, and you make your way to the tee box, and you'll be met with a real inviting par 3. High elevated tee position, as you can see, and then you play back down to little bridge over the brook, so you can see some yellow stake markers in the front there, so obviously you've got some water to carry. You've got 3 bunkers on the right and 2 to the left. It's playing about 130 from today's tee position where we're stood, but obviously bear in mind all downhill, so take a bit of club off there, and you've got the clubhouse in the background there, so a real nice visual for you to see. So we'll try and hit one off and get somewhere onto that flat stuff. Now it's drifting a bit right. It's got to carry the bunkers. Oh, that's just managed to stay at the top of the bunker and managed to stay there, which is unusual. Normally roll back down. So, but yeah, a lovely end to the front 9 here at Wilmslow. Right, so we're into our back 9. We're on the 14th, and it's a par 3, and it's a real belter of a golf hole. Not one if you've come to and you've not had a great 13 holes, or you're not confident with your irons. It's probably be a bit of a nervy one, because as you can see behind me, it's very tight to get out the tree line, both right and left. So it's a case of this one's got to go straight. It plays 180 yards off the white tees, which is a little bit forward of those, so I don't know, we're about 20 yards forward, so 160 into a strong headwind, and as you can see, there's quite a bit to carry in terms of trouble. You've got a brook and a ditch there with the bridge running over, and then the green's got a severe upslope all the way. So it's a case of, I would think, go long with the club selection and see if you can get yourself all the way up there to the green. Okay, so we're on the 15th. Found a bit of trouble, missed the fairway, but I want to stop off to show you a great golf hole this is, and why the 15th is stroke index 2 at Wilmslow. The tee shot is very much left to right, and it's a very narrow landing area, and one that obviously that I couldn't find. You want to be slightly left of centre, but you are arriving, if you hit driver, into something that's very, very tight in terms of 20-30 yards in terms of the width of the fairway. Come out of position, and this is what you'll be faced with. I'm only sort of 10-15 yards away from the that fairway that I spoke about, but you can see trees on the corner of the dog leg. There is a line over the top. There's water again, which runs to the right of me and probably runs, I don't know, maybe 30-40 yards away, and then continues up to short of the hole. So we're going to try and hit one that is probably not going to be long enough to reach, but hopefully get us over these trees. It's got plenty of height. It's going slightly left, and there's a greenside bunker. Well, it's just managed to, I think, get over the greenside bunker, so we take that. But stroke index 2, and probably one of my favourite holes so far that we've played at Wilmslow. Okay, so we thought we'd take our regular stop to take a look at the greens at Wilmslow Golf Club. Certainly looks superb at the moment. The sun is shining. It's now turned into some t-shirt weather, which is great for the end of September. And as you can see, hopefully from camera and from the earlier shots that we've took, the greens have looked superb. Roll has been very, very true indeed, and they've got great pace in them, and it's all consistent throughout the 18 holes. We'll do our sort of little bit of a test down the hill, and hopefully from camera you'll get an idea of how good that ball rolls out. That one's not far away. I hope the one day I'd hold one on camera, and there it is, it's finally gone in. I don't think two would be asking for a bit too much, but no, you can see that again, just misses by the hole, and I'm not giving these a great deal at all, and they're all rolling out quite nicely. What I will say about the greens at Wilmslow, very, very good condition. The breaks are subtle rather than obvious, so a lot of the greens that you play into, if you do find that surface, they're fairly, like I say, fairly flat. The breaks are there, difficult to read I would say, with not too obvious a break, and there's a fly just got into my camera shot, but yeah, great greens again, would definitely get a thumbs up from Uplow. Okay, so they're we're not on the green, we're on the tee boxes, and would you believe this is probably the first tee box that I've played on that measures something like 9 on the stimp meter. They're just absolutely perfect, perfectly flat, as you can see, perfectly well maintained, and an absolute pleasure to hit from. And it's not just this one that we're stood on, we're on something like the 17th tee now, but every one that we've been on before, absolute perfect position to tee from, and in superb condition. Okay, so we've made our way to the 18th. It's fairly decent tee shot and found middle of the fairway, and 18th is a par 5 that really gives you an opportunity of getting up in 2. Main thing is from the tee, don't go anything left. Left is all into the trees and into trouble. You want to be right side of the fairway, and there's a slight camber from right to left, an even greater one for the second shot in. We're left with 200 yards into the green, all downhill, and as you can see, the ideal shot is you want to be right to the green, probably on them bunkers somewhere, but you know that stick to that line and you'll find the bunkers, and anything long, and the chances are we'll be running back into that, well, there's I think it's the 9th green that's behind, so we'll try and set up for something that is at the bunkers and hopefully coming in a little bit. And I've hooked it left, and that's going hopefully to the other side of the ravine. There's a little brook that runs around the left hand side, so I pulled mine, hooked, a little bit fearful, got away with it in terms of we're still in play, but not the greatest shot to finish, but a nice hole to finish, and a par 5 that gives you a chance of reaching in 2. Okay, so another Uplow review comes to an end. We've had some great September weather for a round on a parkland golf course. Still in full bloom, still plenty of leaves on trees, so plenty of definition, and the course was looking in very, very good condition. This is set in the heart of Cheshire. Greens, tees, the clubhouse, everything about the facility is top drawer. Very, very well maintained parkland golf course. Interesting layout, good variety in and amongst the holes. For me, the course comes to life really in the back 9. A lot more built up in terms of the tree-lined fairways, and for me it certainly finishes really strong, and the holes on the back 9 really start to test your golf, and if you come through that back 9 with a good card intact, then you've played some good golf. So yeah, we've had a superb day. Hopefully when you visit Wilmslow Golf Club, the sun will be shining for you.